Friendship supreme. Friendship supreme. Finding the geek within.
What's up, everybody? I'm Michael.
This is Cleve.
And welcome to an exciting episode of Friendship
Supreme.
Where the podcast that dares to ask, you ever have that earworm that just wiggles in there and you can't stop thinking about it? Makes you think about it. And you're like, where did I hear that? And it was a video game? It was such a long question. That was a thinker.
I've never had one of those. I've had buttworms.
No, not bumworms. Damn it. An earworm's like a song that like wiggles in there and then you can't get it out.
Oh, yeah, I've had those.
What's today's episode about, Cleve? I'm just going to go sit in my corner now.
Today's episode, Michael and I are going to talk about some video game songs that hit us when we heard it and then just stayed with us forever.
It did.
To the end of time.
Now we are going to talk about specific songs. So I'm going to get out of the way really quickly. I'm just going to say this out the gate. The Assassin's Creed Black Flag entire album, it's all sea shanties from Pirates. When I was playing that game, both in the car and at home at all times, full blast were sea shanties. I might have driven my wife crazy.
That sounds like a thing you would do.
Yeah. That Scott Pilgrim Jet Set Radio. Just wanted to put them out there. All the whole albums of those are great. Sorry.
Yes. I have two games that have very specifically strong soundtracks that I was like, I'm going to cherry pick one.
It's tough. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. What do you got for me, man?
What do you got for me, man?
Oh, you want to go down my road?
We go back and forth. We can bat it back and forth.
I think one of the songs that genuinely, like, when I heard it, it was so good. Mm-hmm. It helps that I was stuck on this particular level and moment for a very long time, I feel like. And to this day, if I hear it, it's an instant recognition, is the aquatic ambience from Donkey Kong Country. And like even saying it now, I feel like it resonates some kind of emotion in you, or like you remember that.
Yeah, I do remember it.
It's like a super like nice mellow,
like a lo-fi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was one of those ones that like I could jam and sleep to that at all times.
Yeah, I get that. That makes sense. And it was a hard fucking level. I remember that too.
Yeah. All water levels are terrible, right? All water levels are terrible.
Is that the depth you have of that one? Just the name drop? Because I also have some that are just name drop ones. Or do you have more on that one?
Do I have more? No, that's about the information you're gonna get out of me for all these songs.
Okay.
I don't.
What game was it?
It was the Donkey Kong Country. I said that.
Right. Okay. What? The 64, right?
It was on the Super Nintendo.
Super Nintendo.
Yeah, my apologies. Yeah. I can give that information. I apologize.
I have a quick shout out one too. Shout out to Simple and Clean from Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah. That
shit stayed with me for a long time. I think I heard it at prom.
I think that. Yeah, no, some kind of school dance. It definitely played that for me. I couldn't tell you which one, but there was definitely such a good game, such a good opening.
Yeah, what a shame that
the franchise really bummed you.
They really botched it and didn't take care of their fans. I'll say it to the other time. What frustrates me is I remember when the second one came out. And the creator said, I'm going to take my time on this, but I know exactly how I want this to end. Mm-hmm. Like, I have no question in my mind the ending of this game. And then we just kept making random shit that did not help the story at all. Fans try to tell you it did. It did not. And then
there's like YouTube videos dedicated to just trying to explain to you how each thing fits in together.
already when the second one came out, and he was like, "This is Sora's Heartless," so they're the same person. I was like, all right. You know what? All right. This game's pretty good. I'm just gonna accept that. But don't get any crazier. And then they just fucking hard turn to the right.
It's off the rails. The
Yeah.
whole Kingdom Hearts series was off the rails. But there was a point in time where you could use attractions to attack each other. Anyway. Yeah, that's that particular song, and like I said, the intro to it is really. Man, I feel like you're so much more prepared. I want to hear what you have so that I know what I need to be thinking about for my songs. Like, just give me one of your like.
Do you want like one of the ones
2,
that like
way, Kingdom Hearts, PlayStation 2?
Yes, thank you. Well, but Simple and Clean was the first one.
Yeah.
Was that also PlayStation 2?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I can't remember.
Yeah,
I can't remember because the other one didn't come out until the fucking PlayStation 4. Anyway, F that. I don't know. Okay, so you want me to go more in depth with you? So
no, I just want to know what your expectation was, because I feel bad that like maybe I didn't bring the heat enough. So I want to hear one, so maybe I can like dig into the chasm that is my head and hopefully get something for you.
Okay. So one of my huge ones that I will still play, like right now, like to this day, is the Gerudo Valley from Ocarina of Time. Came out in '98, Nintendo 64. The Spanish guitar, the trumpet, it's the main theme for the Gerudo Valley, and it just has such a different level of intensity that none of the other songs have. All the songs are great. That's not, but this by far was my favorite one. It's all of 1 minute and 30 seconds that can easily just be looped, which is also one of the greatest things you can do for a song, because when do I end it in my head, right? So it just lives forever. It's let's see, what else do I have here? It's track number 68 on the soundtrack.
Jeez, okay.
Because they have a bunch and they're like 20 seconds.
Yeah.
For a lot of them.
Oh, for sure.
But this one, right when you come in and then you come on Epona and you jump over the bridge, or it just the Spanish guitar. Nothing else has that in these. I've been really interested in that species in that game, and the strong warrior women, because those are always cool, like the Normalaje and stuff like that.
Right. Your Friendship Supreme were pro strong women. We like that. I was say one of the best parts about that song is that it instantly, the moment you hear it, you feel like this is a song in the desert. We would be in the desert right now, so this is where that comes from.
That song has a whole vibe to it.
100% transports you to Gerudo Valley.
I dare to say, if I was going to fight in the ring, I think I could come down to that and be like, I'm going to kick this guy.
That'd be so good. I'm kind of upset that hasn't happened.
You imagine with the hood on and shit?
Yeah.
And you let that beginning part, and then like you let the, and then you come out. Yeah, I'm telling you, man.
I'm surprised nowadays with how many people are coming out as being like more on the nerdy side that hasn't happened yet. We got people showing Yu-Gi-Oh cards and shit at the Olympics. Like, give me some interest.
I will say, although it has been remade and it's been put on different systems, it did come out on the 3DS. It did come out on the Switch technically, and GameCube. I can't remember. I'm sure they did, because why wouldn't you?
A few consoles I didn't have.
But it is an old game at this point in our lives.
It is an old game, but the song doesn't go away.
The song does not go away. I bought this actual album one time. God knows where it is now. But I we were at some anime statue shop store, and they had a CD section, and I was like, "Oh shit, let me grab that one." Because where else do you?
No, yeah,
Now online, but
1000%.
like
I
where else
feel
do you
like
get it?
no, 1000%. I feel like if I saw the vinyl today for that, I'd probably pick it up.
Oh yeah, and I mean, again, how great The Legend of Zelda does is
Right.
that they go on tour. So
Yes. I've seen that tour.
did it play this song?
Yeah,
Such a good song.
this is a good song. Yeah.
Anyway, there's one of my more like I really like.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I can passionately talk about this song.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm picking randomly from my list of songs. So one of the first games I ever played when I moved out here to Texas was a game that my wife loved very much.
Oh no.
And I had never played before, and she was so upset that I had not played it that we canceled all of our plans for the weekend, and she literally just was like, "You are sitting here and you're going to play it." And it was Portal.
Mm.
And thus the song Still Alive plays all the time in our household and just lives in my heart.
We could talk about this one together because it's also on my list.
Yeah. The twist in the game and everything, and it was great, but like the culmination of like GLaDOS singing to you at the end of the thing is just it's really everything, right? It wraps up the whole game at the end. It's a catchy tune. I don't think I've been when the game came out, like around that era, I remember hearing the song and never knowing what it was, but like hearing it all the time at like conventions and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's sung by Ellen McLean, who I learned is an opera singer.
That's
amazing. and voices GLaDOS in the game.
Yeah. No, that's amazing.
It's like when you got what's for Elsa. Like I'm locking you in, knowing what I'm about to throw down, or when I make Jack Black play Bowser. Like you're gonna sing a song, guy. Just know that you're gonna sing a song.
Although he was like, I don't sing songs for my movies. Like, all right, shut the fuck up, Jack Black. Do what you do.
Yeah, you had a whole movie about songs, so.
This particular
play
song,
the guitar, man.
it really highlights her sarcasm and her wit, and I think that it's one of those songs that I'm never mad at when it comes on. Our daughter knows the song now.
The lyrics are great.
Yeah, it's a beautiful song, and it always brings joy to me.
Yeah, I like the we do what must be done for the good of all of us, except the ones who are dead. Like, I'm still trying here.
It's shit that a robot would say to you if it was trying to convince you that it might have feelings.
Absolutely.
Like, there's no doubt. I don't question it one bit that fucking all the AI right now out there would say shit like this.
Did you know that there's an Easter egg of the song in Left 4 Dead 2?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, and like 2 of the campaigns, this little jukebox that can play. I just find it funny.
Fantastic.
Yeah, such a good game.
Yes,
and it was. It's funny because
it was a very good game. It was a very good game. I appreciate my wife forcing me to play it.
Yeah, we played Portal 2 on stream one time. Also a great game. Also a great song.
Also great stream and YouTube video.
Yeah,
check it out.
Put that there. Not as good of a song, I feel.
Okay.
The Want You Gone for the Portal 2.
Yes.
Good. Not as good.
Not as good.
It's hard to play the first one and then hear that song and be so caught off guard by it. I feel like the second one, you kind of know it's coming. You know what I mean? There's not that same surprise.
No, it was. Good.
The worst part about Portal is that you can never play it for the first time ever again.
100%. I think I played Portal 2 for the first time with you.
You didn't even play the story then.
I thought we did play. Oh, did we only do the?
there's a co-op story, and then there's
Oh
a
yeah.
individual story,
Well,
like
there
one
you go. I
player.
apparently have a whole.
No, so then you probably haven't heard the song I'm talking about.
I thought it did.
It's called "Want You Gone."
I really thought I heard it.
I don't know. It plays at the end of the campaign.
Well, now
So
I gotta go play it. Let's just end the stream. We'll end this recording right now. You guys get a 10-minute video. That's it. We won't even give you the rest of our list.
just to check off this information,
Uh-huh.
came out in the 2007 for the PS3, Xbox 360, and the PC, of course. Which is where I played it for the first time, which is funny because I don't have a PC.
It was originally a part of the Orange Box collection, right?
Yeah,
Like with I think Half-Life 1 or maybe 2. I don't
might have
remember.
been two.
I don't know.
And
Team Fortress.
yeah, I was like Team something.
Yep. All right, what you got for me, man?
All right, we're getting to the more not obscure if you know it, but I don't ever think you played Undertale ever.
I did for a brief moment on stream when we were doing our first ever 24-hour stream.
Yeah, and then you got sleepies.
And I got sleepy, and someone that was trying to control everything that happens in every situation was like, "You really should stop playing this spring." And I was like, "I'm enjoying it." And then there was an argument that ensued. Anyway,
So a lot of people think that I'm gonna pick. Let me see. Where's
the intro, the theme song? That one I thought
it
was
is.
really good.
It is the actual intro theme song, which is just called Undertale.
Yeah.
There's what is it? What is it called? Megalovania. Megalovania. There we
Okay.
go.
That's the name of the
Which
song?
is also no, that's the one that like people's top one.
Ah.
And to be fair, fucking fantastic. Like such a apparently Toby Fox, the creator of the game,
Mhm.
first song that he made was the Megalovania song. Which is funny because you can only hear the song if you play the game a specific kind of way.
Okay.
The kill everything run.
You have to be villain.
And that's how you hear the Megalovania song. But my song is the Undertale intro, like you were talking about. That
good. I was just listening to it earlier, actually.
That song, if I was, especially not like the 8-bit one. The 8-bit one's good, but like the one where all the instruments come in.
Okay.
If I was running through the airport to tell the love of my life that I couldn't live without her, that song would be playing as I'm just running along. The piano with the do do do, and it was do do do, like it hits so much lower as it goes through. The rest of the instruments pick up and get in there. It's just a good song. Good, happy, and sad at the same time song.
I posted a similar question to this question, just like what are good songs, and one that was suggested, the intro, and I listened to it. Like this is really good song. This is a real solid song. And it definitely makes me want to try to revisit the game, but unfortunately, like
has a little bit of a Zelda feel to it. If you,
it does.
Yeah. Anyway,
unfortunately, all of this, like the twists, things have been spoiled for me at this point. So
yeah, it's. I mean that. What year do I got for that one? I didn't put the year. That's gonna be a hard one not to.
I would imagine like recent, right? Isn't it 21, 22, something like that?
No.
Is it older than that?
2015.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, September 15th, 2015. Nice. That's over there. For anybody who's confused why that's cool.
2015 specifically is his birthday. He's actually 9 years old. He just has Benjamin Button.
Look at you with that quick math.
Yeah, no, it is a really good song. Okay. I have like we're gonna get into a point where I have like deeper cuts, like random just songs that happen for quick moments within games, and then I have ones that like you're gonna be like, oh, obviously. Do you have a preference between those?
Save that deep cut for the end.
Okay. So I feel like as a gamer, I would not be able to forgive myself if I didn't say the original Game Boy color Pokemon Red and Blue. But like it had the intro, but it has to specifically include the Nidoran fighting, the Nidorina fighting in the beginning.
Okay.
Because I feel like when you try to find that song, the intro for it, they always cut that part out, and I feel like it's so good, like that zooming in sound, and then it has that dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
It just feels so good.
So good to the anime.
Yeah, fair. It just, there's never a time where that doesn't like pump me up in some way and get me excited and make me think about Pokemon and like relive my first time playing the game and what I went through, and just it's a good emotion.
Yeah. There are a few Pokemon songs from the Pokemon games that like are standout ones.
Yeah.
Especially Red and Blue. It's so impressive with the earlier games and the lack of technology that they had to work with. Yeah.
The having to use chiptune.
Yeah. Beep, boop, boop, yeah.
Like Lavender Town has a really good theme when you're going through it.
Yeah.
I really enjoy that one. But like this one just happens to be so iconic to me that it's tough to not have this one as one that like defines the entire series for me, whether it's from now or like from Scarlet and Violet to Red and Blue. Like it feels like when I hear that is what, or when I think of like Pokemon in general, that's the first thing I think of audio wise.
I think of that one. I think of the battle, and then Bicycle Road for some reason.
because Bicycle Road was so much fun to get on.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm not mad at Bicycle Road. I love it. All right, what do you got?
I'll do another quick shout out one.
Okay.
Quick shout out to just Tetris.
It's probably the most recognizable song that exists.
Short from like Mario, yeah.
Yeah, fair.
Which did not make my list because I've heard that one enough. But Tetris also has the point that I was making earlier of like it's not really ending.
Nope.
I could wake up in the morning and hum that song all the way through the day if no one saved me.
And never know if you actually reach the end. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's I would almost say it may be more recognizable than Mario. Because it was so much more commercialized outside of just general gaming and or gaming in general. Like when Tetris came out, it was huge, right? Like that was what sold all their consoles and stuff. But yeah, it's fantastic and it's good and it's, to its credit, DJs use it and remix it in songs. So like it's still
there was a point in high
now.
school where it was just a bunch of techno.
It is. So I mean the sustainability of that song alone is a credit to it.
Pretty good.
Only because Cleve said he didn't put Mario in here. I'm going to talk about Mario for a second. Now,
Galaxy?
No, Super Mario
64?
64, but very specifically a 54 second sound bit that plays. This is on the Nintendo 64, by the way. If you didn't get that by the Super Mario,
Is it the Bowser one?
It's not.
No, okay.
That is a really good one. No, you're good. It's so good. The Metallic Mario song, or the song that plays while you are Metallic Mario playing that, is such a unique sounding song in that game that when thinking about different songs that like mean something to me, I was like, oh, like, you know, Super Mario, we all know that da 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 da, but I was like, what's something that just really sticks with me? And it has always been that fucking sound. And I found out it's 54 seconds long, and it just sounds so good.
Sing it for us, Michael.
I can't sing it for you. There's
Make
literally
the noise with your mouth.
There's literally no way for me to sing it, but there's the very beginning part is dun, 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 and then it does basically the superstar noise, but metallic the whole time, and like kind of like a heavy metallic sound to it.
Yeah,
and it just feels good.
It
It feels good. I don't know. Good feels. That's what I went for here.
Good feels for all.
Good feels for all. What's your next one, Cleve? Because that was it.
Okay. I'll do another quick shot one.
Oh my god.
The Banjo-Kazooie theme song. Yeah. And
Cleve's
right
showing me
away.
up now. Cleve's showing me up now. He's like, I'll sing all my songs.
Well, because I love all mine. Right away, you know what you're about with this theme song. Like out the gate.
They did such a good job on the music.
Another game that like underappreciated soundtrack.
Oh, 100%.
There's a song, I can't remember what it is, but it has like the metal trash can drum, and then that was a good one too.
The place where
that's all I can tell you about it. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. All right, this is gonna be an obvious one. I feel like Cleve probably had this on a list and then said, "I'm not a basic bitch like Michael. I'm not gonna put this on my list."
That sounds like me.
But Green Hill Zone from Sonic.
That's interesting. Continue.
Did you not like Green Hill?
If I had to pick one song from that game, it's the first one or the second one, or
first one.
I don't know that I would pick that one. I might have landed on the Casino.
And so I listened to all of them again before I put Green Hill.
As you have to, yeah.
And I feel like, because I do like the Casino, I feel like, again, for being the basic bitch that I am such a sucker for nostalgia in a lot of ways that like it's really tough for me to not be all about that particular song because you hear it so much. Not to mention, the only time I ever got to play Sonic, fun fact, was when I was at daycare. I'd go to elementary school, I'd get on the bus, and they'd take me to a place until my mom
like
came
after
take me
school
out.
program,
Yeah, but it was like a lady's house basically. And she had a Sega there, and so some of the other kids that I was there with, one of them brought Sonic. And so whenever that kid was there, we all got to play. And once you died, like it was the next kid's turn.
Right.
I played that first level so many GD times that like that is ingrained in my body and mind, and it will never leave.
Yeah, especially if you didn't own it. Like the first levels, you're gonna play the first level quite often.
So much because it's just you don't. A, I couldn't get better, and B, any progress I did make was gone the moment they came back.
Right.
So yeah, it will. I think for that reason alone sticks with me. But I don't disagree. There's a lot of good songs, and the Casino one is one of the ones that was in like kind of the. Hey, maybe this one, but it just when it came down to it, I was like, I feel like it has to just be Green Zone.
Yeah. There's a woman online. Forgive me for not knowing her name. Who will just play Sonic songs on the drums?
Ooh, okay.
It's great, so great. All right, I'm at my final one.
Okay,
but it might be like
I also am at my final one.
One of my highest ones.
Oh God. Okay.
So I've mentioned this game to you before. You've never gotten to play it. You'll probably never get to play it. Unless you get like an emulator. Came out for the PlayStation 2.
Okay.
I own it. It's somewhere in this room. And the game is about $100 to $150 now.
Holy shit, okay.
Yeah. It is called Gitaroo Man.
Gitaroo Man.
Yeah. Gitaroo Man. And so I'm going to read you what this game's about.
And I'm pulling it up as you're talking to me.
Guitar Man follows a young boy named U, the letter, -1, who is often picked on by his rivals and passed on by the girl of his dreams. One day, as U1 is suddenly attacked, his talking dog, Puma, transforms and gives him a weapon known as the Last Gitaru, which transforms U1 into the legendary warrior Gitaru Man. After defeating many enemies sent by Prince Zoe of the Gravillian Empire, and obtaining their Gitarus, Puma brings the reluctant U1 to planet Gitaru, which had been invaded by the Gravillian Empire. Upon arriving there, U1 befriends a girl named Kira, only to later discover that is Zoe's gladiator.
Oh, okay.
Refusing to fight her, U1 uses the power of music to convince her to stand up against Zoe. Obtaining all 8 Gitarus,
Mm-hmm.
U1 becomes the true Gitaru Man and defeats Zoe after he returns home as a more confident person. So it's called Guitar.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying this is a lot, and I looked
Uh-huh.
at some pictures from it, and I don't know how to feel about what it is, and I want to know how you came across it and how you came to own it.
Okay, so my understanding is that Gitaru sounds a lot like guitar, and he rocks a guitar.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, it's a bunch of different power instruments,
Oh, okay.
and different people have the different instruments.
All right.
So there's one that'll just like fucking maracas. There's another guitar, I think. It's been so long since I played it. I rebought this game as an adult, and I was like, "This is gonna be my collection. I don't give a shit. I don't even have a PS2. It's fine. Like
Shit,
I want it here. I'll just play it with everything else." I played it. I first heard about it because I got like a demo disc,
Mm-hmm.
and so my number one song from that. All the songs I think are pretty good.
Mm.
My number one song from it is the song that was on the demo because, like, Green Hill Zone is the one that I heard the most because my cousin and I were just playing it and playing it and playing it, like trying to just get better at, whatever the hell we were even listening to. And it's called B Jam Blues. It is another song with a trumpet, funnily enough, because I know the Zoto song has trumpets in it as well. So it's basically like a battle between the instruments.
Okay.
So one solo would go off, and then the other solo would go off, and then they would play at the same time. And the trumpet is played by this man dressed like a bee.
Okay.
And it's like he would play his, and it would like just a smooth, like jazzy trumpet, and then the guitar would come in, and it would switch back and forth. And I played that a lot. That song on that demo disc, I played just repeatedly. And
is it like a rhythm-based game?
It is a rhythm-based game.
He's a big fan of rhythm-based games.
Yeah, so I think I might have played this before Parappa, maybe after.
Okay.
I can't remember, but it was just another one of those games where it was like. So the way the game played was, you had to use the left analog stick and point it in the direction of the song, or the instrument was coming, and it would be like in like little swoop lines coming towards the middle of the screen. And circles. So you had to push it and then press X whenever the circles came up and still keep it in the same path and then there was like an attack and a defense. It was a whole thing, but it was really a good game. I'll have to have you listen to it. It's one of those ones where it's like Parappa the Rapper, where like you got to visually see it while you're listening to it. Listening
Right.
to it, and listening to it without seeing it, it's not going to be as captivating, I guess.
Yeah, the art looks interesting. It definitely gives a rhythm based vibe. So,
Yeah, there's a sequel. Never played it.
was this on PlayStation 1 or 2?
PlayStation 2.
Rapper the Rapper came out on PlayStation 1. If that helps, as far as
Yeah,
which one you
I
played
just don't know which
first.
one I got my hands on.
Fair. Interesting. And it just must not have done well, I guess. The circulation on it couldn't have been great, right?
It actually did great in the United States.
Ah,
It didn't do well in Japan, oddly.
okay. And we just we squashed it at that point. You know what? I get you. You do
But-
you.
They had a second one. I think it might have been on like the PSP. Which, who had that? Yeah, I tried to get one, and I was like, no.
Oh, it was a mistake me getting one. One of the first like nice jobs I ever had was selling cameras at a camera store. That was called Ritz Camera. Out here, it was called Wolf Camera. But
I like selling cameras at a camera store. Like, I got it.
yeah,
That makes sense. Where else would you sell them?
that's fair.
I guess it makes sense.
That's, like I could sell cameras at like a Best Buy, or which I did do at one point. But anyway, and the owner of that store was like, "Oh, like, hey, we have a promotion going right now. If you sign up for a T-Mobile line, you get a free PSP."
That's about time.
Like,
continue.
I was like, I need a fucking a phone line, and my contract's up soon. Like, fuck yeah, I want a PSP.
Why not get PSP with it? Yeah.
Yeah. That fucking fool. The contract I apparently signed up for, which I didn't really understand because I was pretty young. It went to my debt collection for a while. There's a lot of things that happened. I had that PSP, and I think I played 2 games on it. It wasn't worth
games.
It wasn't worth Advent Children, which was a Final Fantasy game. Funny enough, it was the first Final Fantasy game I ever played. And it was like a sequel to 7. And then
that's helpful.
I think I had a movie for it, and then I had like some kind of fighter, either Mortal Kombat or something like that. I don't remember which one.
I think I tried to buy a used one off of somebody, and then it ended up not working. And I was like, good.
That would be frustrating.
But I think it was like $75 when I bought it, but it's still annoying.
Yeah. I remember like them really trying to push like the UMVs, which is the videos, and it just was such a weird, like, I don't know. I like when they started going out of business, they were all on sale all of a sudden, and like I bought a couple. I think I had. You remember the movie Stuck on You? I had that on PSP UMD.
Ooh.
But yeah, it was right. It was a bad choice. It was a bad choice on my end. So yeah. Anyway, that's not what this episode's about. I wish I would have gotten that game instead. That's where I'm at now. Oh, I also
had a Game Gear if it makes you feel better.
I had Blood Rain. That was another movie I had on the PSP.
Not the game. Not even the game.
No, the movie, which is not an exciting. It was like, God, this is fucking rough. I also had a Game Gear that took 18 fucking batteries, and I had Batman Returns. That was the game I had. That and Crash Dummies. Oh, Bonkers. Do you remember Bonkers?
I do remember Bonkers. Man, that fucking thing was eating how much did I spend on batteries during that time frame?
So bad. I think it was 6 batteries on each side, because it was in both the grips.
I think it was 6 total.
Oh, was it? Okay, that's possible.
But I don't doubt
it
because that thing was.
There's one thing that Michael's known for here, Friendship Supreme. It's over. That's true. Okay, my last one. Davis made me feel like such a basic bitch with his Guitar-Ru and shit.
It's supposed to be an obscure one. What do you mean?
There is not moments in gaming often they get me so pumped up that like I'm one of those people that when I come out of a movie, like depending on that movie, I could come out feeling like I'm gonna go fucking overthrow the government and probably kill a couple people. Like I'm that skilled now.
Okay.
Being the unathletic human being that I am, I went and saw Born Identity or Born. What was the first one? Was it Born Identity?
I think with Identity,
Yeah.
the first one.
I saw that one. I came out. I was like, I could be a fucking secret agent. I could do that. How do I get in? Sign me up. And I'm like, I'm super fucking out of shape and not great. But anyway, this song came on during a mission in Halo 3. I was living in Chicago at the time. And this song is so well remembered by everybody that ever played this Halo game that people constantly were trying to find it, and it doesn't exist on the soundtrack.
Mm.
So for a long time, people were like recording it audio wise, and then they'd have to like
Good old days.
like stop it and wait for the talking part to go away, and then they'd start it again, and then they'd try to kind of like combine it together. And apparently within the last couple of years, a couple of people found like the actual files and like just ripped the data out specifically for this song. But it's the Warthog mission. It's called Warthog Run. And it's at the very end of Halo 3. You are in a Warthog driving over these platforms that are falling off everywhere.
Mhm.
As you're driving, you have to like kind of guess where you're gonna drive because otherwise they fall underneath you. And there's like the fucking the flying robots with the lasers shooting down at you. And it's fucking wild. But the song comes on and it's that but it's like a mix to it.
It's like the real metal one, right?
It is. It's like a
Yeah.
heavy metal, like, and I just remember playing this with my friend in Chicago and being like, we're fucking superheroes. We're gonna save this goddamn planet
We got
right
this,
now.
yeah.
And it just has always been something that I have really enjoyed. I will always play it for like it ends up in like pump up song like
Mhm.
lists that I have. And I call it obscure because again, it doesn't exist on the soundtrack. You have to like go and find random YouTube videos of people that fucking pulled it from either Data Now or back then. I used to have to just have like shitty versions of it on, that I then rip onto a CD. But yes, that would be mine. Sorry. I don't have a whole lot of information. Halo 3 came out on the Xbox 360. I remember when when it came out, is when Mountain Dew did Gamer Fuel. Because I remember sitting outside of the GameStop waiting for it to come out and walking to Walmart to get a pack of the big old case of Gamer Fuel so that I could just sit there and chug it in front of the fucking GameStop waiting. You remember waiting in front of GameStops? They still kind of do it, I feel like, but not very much.
No, I mean they have like midnight releases of things, but
yeah,
it's not like it was. Because why wouldn't you just pre-order it? It just makes sense.
100%. Amazon will deliver it to my doorstep the morning of.
Why would I like take a chance of being in line and not get a copy? When I can just go to GameStop and say, "Here's $5, hold a copy for it. I'll be back with the rest of the money at some
Because
point."
maybe they'll sell it. Best Buy used to do that all the time. I remember when they were trying to do a gaming department and they're like, we're taking pre-orders, and people would show up like, hey, I'm here for my legendary edition of Madden 10, and we're like, oh, one of the people on the floor actually sold it, so we don't have it anymore.
So what are we gonna do then? Because I'm gonna lose my shit here in a minute.
Yeah, nothing. It was literally like, here's your $5 back. It was wild. The way that managers would run that shit was insane because they didn't care. The way they looked at it was they'd rather have a guaranteed sale of the game rather than not know if somebody was going to show up for their pre-order.
I think it's wild that Best Buy is even still in business. How are they floating?
Actually, fun fact. Well, not fun fact, but a fun
piece of information.
Yeah, sure. Even when I was working there back in the day, I think between like 09 and like well, until I moved out here, I guess. So 14. All the time we're like, oh, is Best Buy gonna close? Like, how does this giant brick and mortar exist? And what it came down to was we had to learn tactics to kind of flip the script on people, because what we learned was that people, when they shop for things, want to get their hands on it. You want to be able to hold it, you want to be able to look at it. So we were essentially like a changing room, as it were, for Amazon. That like you'd look at it and then you'd go to Amazon and buy it. But we had whole training material on like how to change the person's mind from, oh, I'm just looking at it because I'm gonna go home and buy it for cheaper, to how to get them to buy it from you right then and there. And it was insane. So I think that's genuinely what it is that people still want to be able to go and hold on to something. And
there are things that I don't like to buy online. Yeah.
Right. In addition, other weird thing, Best Buy did away with all their physical media for a little while. And there was a huge backlash, and they have recently brought it back.
Last time I went to one, which I mean was at least this year.
Yeah.
There was still no.
Oh, really?
DVDs or anything.
Yeah. They're supposed to be. Supposedly, they were supposed to start bringing it back about a year or two ago, because there was a huge like. It was when all of it came out about how digital places are basically saying you don't really actually own your shit.
Yeah.
And so that kind of upset people.
Well, not to mention, there's some just can't get
anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, I saw something that was like, oh, like, I don't need that. I can just buy it digitally. I think it was Brennan Lee Mulligan. He's like, I don't need that. I can just buy it digitally. And he's like, yeah, actually, that movie is no longer on HBO Max, and you actually can't get it anywhere else. So maybe you should have bought it when you could. And it's like, yeah, it really sucks that we're to that point. But anyway, that's not what this episode's about.
The unfortunate problem with that is because then I'm just buying everything. So how am I supposed to know?
Right. But let us know down below what you guys think. Is there some songs that we didn't bring up that you're like, oh my god, I need to listen to that?
I'll tell you what, if enough people comment the song we should have done, we'll group them all together and listen to them and do a part 2.
Fair enough. I would be tackled and murdered in my sleep if I don't say at least my wife's list. So I'm just gonna say them. You let me know if you have feelings about any of them.
We'll cut this part out. Everybody, don't worry.
To Zanarkand from Final Fantasy X. That's apparently a very popular one because multiple people within the groups that I've asked also said this song.
The thing about Final Fantasy is they're like Steven Universe fans. You know?
You're not wrong.
Continue.
The Legend of Zelda theme, the original one.
Right.
She has Zelda tattoo, so like that checks out. The Silent Hill 2 theme song, which I don't think I've ever heard, so I'm gonna have to go hear that one now. She picked Dearly Beloved from Kingdom Hearts, which I couldn't tell you like offhand which one that one is.
But every time I think Kingdom Hearts,
I was gonna say the only thing I could think is maybe like the loading screen song, because I really like that one too. That kind of like gets stuck in my head sometimes. The Dragonborn from Skyrim, which is the big epic song that they have in that. Fable's theme song, which is all of Fables done by Danny Elfman, so of course my wife likes that. The Oblivion theme song, which is again just another Morrowind, the Skyrim series. Scars of Time from Chrono Cross and Magical Dreamers of Chrono Cross. Now, I will say that I have definitely seen and heard my wife listening to the entire Chrono Cross like soundtrack multiple times, so she really enjoys that as well.
Well, since she's not here, I'm gonna say it to defend them. I'm gonna say the whole songs suck.
Let us know down below what you guys like. If we said something that pissed you off and you're like, that song's fucking trash, yeah, go ahead and comment down below, and we'll respond. Probably not kindly. I've been Michael.
This is Cleve.